Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I want to start out by saying this is probably one of the nicest times of year. I'll put a little screen recording up here of the forecast. You can see we're finally out of winter. Yesterday was the first day that really got warm. Snow started melting like crazy. As you guys can see in the forecast, that's just going to continue to be the case. I would not be surprised that if in 10 days from now, maybe even a little bit sooner, we're already going to be heading out to the fields with that manure wagon and getting things started out there, hauling manure. But yeah, this just there smells so fresh, and you know, you're starting to be able to walk outside with just a hoodie on, and things are about to get rolling here pretty soon. So this morning we are just feeding cows. I'm training one of our newest guys to feed the cows, and that's a time-consuming process. So I'm just feeding the first load this morning. Dad did one too, and then we can kind of let him feed away, and it's obviously going to take him a lot longer, so we don't want to delay feeding the cows too much. But it is a timely process. It's just something you got to do. One of the tougher jobs during feeding and teaching a new guy is backing down the feed alley here in the pack barn. It's not a full drive-through. Obviously, the parlor is in front, so it's always a huge obstacle to teach a guy to back down this alley and not hit the side rails. But he just did it in one straight shot. Didn't have to drive forward a little bit to correct. So really good. So yeah, Mom and Miriam are making cheese this morning. We're just doing this to kind of try it out, see if we can get it tasting really good, you know. But I guess the end goal is to make some cheese and have a bit of a processing facility here on the dairy farm. But this is right now just super early stages. You're busy right now trying to get all the paperwork, I guess, and licenses. And
yeah.
How's that going?
It's going good.
Yeah,
Slowly but surely.
making some progress, but it is slow. So yeah, and we're just doing the test trials right now, kind of. Just trying some different starters. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what you've been saying. So.
Tweaking the recipe a bit, washing it once or twice, washing the curds and stuff. Changing one thing at a time.
Sweet. Yeah. The end goal is hopefully someday we can sell cheese. Maybe you guys could go online and buy some cheese directly from the dairy farm. That would be super cool. But right now, early stages, could be more than a year before that actually becomes a reality. So what do you got here though?
It's just resting right now, but then we'll start draining the whey out, and then we'll have to wash the curds and stir it for a bit after. But for now it's just resting so that it can sink to the bottom so you can actually take the whey out.
Okay, so this is whey.
Yeah, on top is all the...
And then underneath is kind of the cheese curds?
Yeah, it's all
Okay. That's kind of exactly what we feed to the cows now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Cool. So they're draining the whey out now. And you can see the curds. On today's episode of How It's Made. So this is her little cheese room, and I saw someone notice it in the comments last time. This is our shower, but you guys got to remember, we're never going to sell any cheese made in here. These are still the trials to see if she can get the right taste, see if it's worth investing anything into.
Big wheel.
At the back of the freestall barn, and time has been flying by because it feels like I literally just put the insulation bats in these exhaust fans at the back of the barn for the tunnel ventilation, but I'm going to start taking them out today already. It's supposed to be 19 degrees Celsius tomorrow, and that's just a little bit too warm for our winter ventilation to keep up with. We could always just open the doors, the front and back, the drive-through doors, and that keeps the barn pretty cool as well, but might as well put it into tunnel ventilation mode already. For the next 2 weeks, there's no frost even at night, so it's also April already, so we gotta, I guess it is time kind of to take these things out. So another little bit of Yun's learning process. I figured out that if we leave the tarps on, it's easier to take the insulation bats out. I always used to take the tarps off and then take the insulation bats out from the inside, from behind the louvers. But when you take the whole screen loose, if those tarps are off, the negative pressure in the barn will suck those bats and just like push them right against you. And I've had some close calls where it like pushes me pretty hard over that edge. Just makes your job a lot more difficult. Whereas now if you leave the tarp on, there's no air getting pushed in, and it's way easier. We're gonna be buying some new tarps this summer because well, some of these are in pretty rough shape. It can get pretty windy out here in the winter time and it just shreds the tarps. These are the cheap ones though. Don't expect these to last too long. Yeah, this one's just completely destroyed. Look at that. So, sun just murders them too. These are the exhaust fans at the back of the pack barn, and we have some different tarps on here. They have a little ratchet strap around, and they're a lot tougher, so these are the ones we're gonna be purchasing next. Got 5 of them, the rest of the cheapos, for obvious reasons. Pays to get the more expensive ones, I guess. Fold it like a pizza. Yeah. Definitely a good move. Got all the tarps off of the back of the barns except for the 2 top ones. I need someone to lift me up with a wheel loader, and then that should be good to go. But we're gonna turn the tunnel vent on in that barn just to make sure it's going, because tomorrow I think we're gonna run it for the day. 19 degrees Celsius. Way too hot, so gonna have to fire that up. But I'm at the lagoon right now, just getting an accurate, number of days left of storage. And I think we're gonna be overflowing in 7, so that's not good. It does seem to be the case that the lagoon just always fills up quicker than you think it's gonna, but there's 4 to 5 inches of storage in there, which is literally a week. So yeah, we gotta get the MX-285 hooked up within a couple days, get it all tuned, and hopefully there's some dry fields that we can get onto. Still pretty covered in snow today though, but tomorrow hopefully a lot of it will be melted away. Just about to start working with that ventilation, but I've seen they bed busted the east side of the barn here. I just want to show with the fresh sand in there, just perfect beds, eh? Nice and flat. And I'll show you guys the real test to see if your bed is soft enough. That's all the way you test. Just fall with your knees. Don't slow down or nothing, and if it's okay to fall on your knees, it's gonna be okay for the cow as well. Deep bedding sand, it's the way to go. We got that tunnel vent fired up. I opened the curtains at the front of the barn halfway. We can go check that out in a second. There was 3 stages running, so the 2 right there are the first stage. That's the second stage. 2 fans right there are the third stage. That one was spinning, but since I've turned it on, the barn's cooled down enough to where it automatically shut that one off. So that shows me that the barn was kind of a little bit too warm. We've also shut the winter ventilation off, so our exhaust chimneys are no longer on and the inlets are closed. I can see a couple inlets that are cracked open right now, and I learned that last year we gotta adjust those right away, otherwise pigeons and other birds are gonna go up there and make nests, move the insulation from the roof all around the place, and we definitely don't want that. Just gonna go check out the front of the barn and make sure that the curtains are good. So we're just looking from the outside now at the curtains, making sure that all the cables are straight, nothing's buckled on those pulleys. And this is one thing you gotta watch out for in the spring, opening them up. There can be ice buildup, and then you'll set the curtain down, it'll be held up more on that side than this side, and then the whole curtain will go sideways and it'll break that panel. So we can't open them up 100% right now. Just checking it all out. Looking good though. I just went and put some sand in the beds for group 2. This group is always a little bit tougher to finish putting all the sand in. So I had to do a little bit yet this afternoon, but now it's all done. It took me 2 mornings and an afternoon to do this side, and then the east side of the barn took 2 mornings. Looking good though. I really filled them up good and full. The reason I put a lot more in them than usual now is just because then we don't have to mess around with it when we're hauling manure over the next couple of weeks. I shouldn't have to put sand in these beds for probably almost 3 weeks now, so that helps. I'll check it out. The MX285 is in the shop. Brent pulled it in here this afternoon. He's just got a few small things to tweak on it, and then we'll get it hooked up to that liquid manure spreader, ready to go by the weekend, hopefully. A couple of things to be done on it. I'll show you guys the rear tires. Those are lacking tread. We don't know if we want to buy new tires for it though, so we might just switch the outside duals, put them on the inside, bring those out here, and just go for another couple seasons like that. You know, tires are not cheap these days, so we'll, for now, just run it like that, I think. I had to drive around this evening and see if there's any puddles in the fields. It's been so long since we've seen that. We had quite a bit of snow to melt. There's still a lot to go, and we're already seeing quite a bit of water in the fields, so just driving around for the first bit, I had the biggest smile on my face. You can't describe how good that feels to see that much water out here. Hopefully precipitation keeps falling out of the sky for us this year. It's definitely going to help out huge. We're standing in a section this year, and we're going to be planting canola in the entire thing. I think with the tree lines, it brings it down to 610 acres, so pretty big gamble to plant that much canola, but hopefully it pays off. People have also been asking for an update on the truck. I still love it. Happy I bought it. It was stupid expensive, but I'm still happy I did it, so I don't think you can ask for any more. It's pretty much been problem-free, like entirely problem-free, so that's better than a lot of people that are buying new vehicles these days, that's for sure. So lucked out, it looks like, with this thing. Knock on wood, nothing bad happens. If you guys want a full review on the truck, I could definitely do something like that. We'll get her cleaned up and talk about my favorite aspects of the truck and that sort of thing. Let me know in the comments. To end the video, I figured I'd stop by my buddy's new tractor dealership. So here he is. How's it going, Nick?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. So what's the name of your tractor dealership?
Wheatland Tractor.
Right on, and you guys are still in construction, so
Yeah. Just poured the floor in the office today.
right on.
The shop's been open for a while.
Sweet. So yeah, you're accepting work now if anyone's interested. And I would highly recommend everyone check him out because he's very competitive with his shop rates, so it's definitely worth looking at. So he's got some tractors in here already. Hard at work, so pretty cool. And you're going to be doing you sell tires, I guess, and you're going to be making hydraulic hoses and
Full service farm dealership. Every kind of equipment and parts and service.
excellent, man. So I guess we'll just have a little walk around, might as well. So this is going to be his the front, the offices. Just got poured today. Oh, what do you think, man? I think we can walk on it. Just kidding. And that's the shop. Specially designed to fit 2 X9 combines, right?
Yeah. And a whole lot of mess right now.
Yeah, but that's part of building, I guess, and getting things figured out. Cool, man. Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll put your contact info in the description so anyone who needs it.
Sounds good.